You know that feeling when something in your room just feels off? I had that for weeks. But I never imagined the reason would be a trapdoor. Right under my bed. It's one that led to an apartment no one was supposed to live in. I moved into this apartment about a month ago. The wooden floors creaked, the walls had water stains, and my bedroom was always ice cold. No matter how high I turned up the heat. Small place, quiet neighborhood, cheap rent, which should have been my first red flag. The landlord said it was recently renovated, but everything inside looked like it hadn't been touched in years. At first, I thought it was just an old building being old, but things started happening. Every night I'd hear sounds under my bed, not just creaks shuffling, like something dragging across wood. I checked multiple times, nothing there, but the sounds got louder, closer. Then one night, around 2:40 a.m., I woke up to a loud thumbprint beneath me. I jumped out of bed and finally said, "Screw it, I'm checking properly." I pulled the bed frame away from the wall, knelt down with my flashlight, and that's when I saw it. A tiny square outline in the wooden floor. Dust-covered and nearly invisible unless you were looking for it. A trapdoor. I hesitated. Not the adventurous type, but curiosity has a way of eating at you, especially when you live alone. I grabbed a screwdriver and started prying the edges. Creaked open slowly, revealing a dark shaft beneath, like a crawl space, but deeper. The air that rushed out was cold and damp, and it smelled like something had been rotting for a very long time. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. I went down. Old, buzzing yellow lights like the kind you'd see in hospitals from the 70s. They flickered, humming with an unnatural rhythm. The wooden ladder was old, but still intact. It led down into darkness, maybe 10 feet before opening into a narrow hallway. A hallway, with lights, not modern ones. At the end of the hallway was a door, an apartment door. It looked almost exactly like mine's. Same number, same color, even the same scratches near the knob. But everything was slightly off, like someone had tried to recreate my apartment. From memory, my heart was pounding, but I couldn't walk away. Something about it drew me in. I opened the door slowly. Inside was a perfect replica of my apartment. Same couch, same rug, same fridge magnets. Same crooked picture frame in the hallway, except it was darker, dustier, like it had been abandoned for decades. My exact body, wearing the same hoodie I'd worn 2 nights ago, just lying there, eyes closed, pale. Still, I took a step inside. The air was thick, like walking through fog. But what really made me freeze was the bedroom, because lying on the bed was me. No joke. I backed away so fast I nearly tripped over the rug. Then the lights flickered again, climbed the ladder 2 steps at a time, slammed the trapdoor shut, and pushed my bed over it like my life depended on it. And that's when the other version of me sat up. Its eyes opened completely white, no pupils, no color. Just empty white. Something is slightly different in my apartment. It turned its head slowly, cracking as it moved, and smiled. My toothbrush is on the left side of the sink instead of the right. The cereal box is open when I know I closed it. A horrible, wide, broken smile that looked like its jaw had been unhinged. I ran. I didn't care what I was seeing, or if I was dreaming. I bolted out of that fake apartment, back through the hallway. I didn't sleep that night. Or the next. But here's the part that's been messing with me the most. Every morning since, the photo on the wall is crooked the opposite way. It's like I'm still in the replica. Or worse. I'm not the one who came back. Since I found that trapdoor, nothing's been the same. The more I looked around, the more little things I noticed. My phone's same case, same apps, but my photos, gone. My saved notes vanished. Even my fingerprint scanner stopped recognizing me for a few seconds one morning before it mysteriously started working again. I kept telling myself I was just paranoid, traumatized by what I saw, but I couldn't shake the feeling. One night, I finally called my best friend Ravi. I'm the fake hand. I don't even know it. I had to be sure. I did something stupid. I opened the trap door again. Same hallway, same door. The version of me slowly turned, looked right at the door where I was peeking. Go, he said, before it keeps you. I didn't hesitate. I crawled through that space, tearing my shirt on nails, splinters digging into my hands. The boy's voice echoed behind me. Don't look back. no matter what you hear. And of course, a minute later, I heard it. My mom's voice, calling me, sobbing. Honey, help me. I'm down here. It wasn't her. She died 3 years ago. I kept crawling until I saw light. The crawl space dumped me out into my room, my real room. It smelled right. My photos were back on my phone. The cereal box was closed. It was mine. I was safe. Or so I thought. It's been a week. I sealed the trapdoor shut with nails, duct tape, even furniture. I haven't heard noises since. But yesterday, something happened. I FaceTimed Ravi, just to prove I was okay. He answered, looked at me, and immediately hung up. I called back confused. This time, he picked up and said, that wasn't you who called me before, was it? What do you mean? You just FaceTimed me like 2 minutes ago. But you were already on the screen. Smiling again. That same broken, too wide smile. I ran. Again, but halfway down the hallway, something was different. The ladder was gone. Just a flat wooden wall where it had been. I spun around. The hallway was shrinking, literally folding in on itself like paper being creased. Lights popping one by one. I ran back to the fake apartment, thinking I could hide. But the door was gone. Just a blank wall. Then I heard it, breathing, right behind me. I turned, expecting to see my double, but it wasn't me. It was a little boy, maybe 8 years old. Pale, sunken eyes. He stood there in silence, staring straight into my soul. Then he whispered, "You're not the first." My voice cracked.
What? But this time, the replica apartment looked lived in.
Lights on. Fridge humming, TV playing static. And I heard footsteps inside now. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know if I ever escaped. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it followed me back. But if you ever hear noises under your bed, don't ignore them. Don't open the trapdoor, Bix. Some reflections don't want to mimic you. They want to be you. No. I crept closer, heart in my throat. The door creaked open just an inch. I peeked in. There I was, sitting at the kitchen table, writing in the journal. I didn't move. I didn't even breathe. I just watched as my copy calmly stood up and walked straight to the mirror on the wall. It stared into its own reflection, then whispered something I could barely hear. I told him the whole thing, even the part about seeing myself lying in the bed with white eyes. I expected him to laugh, or at least say I needed sleep. But instead, he said something that chilled me. Wait, didn't we hang out 2 days ago? No, I said, confused. I haven't left the apartment since it happened. He paused. Dude, we got coffee. You were acting weird. Quiet. You said you were processing something. You even showed me your journal. I don't even keep a journal. That night, I went through everything in my apartment, drawer by drawer, closet, even the trash. And in the bottom of my sock drawer, I found it. A notebook. Brown leather. No label, but inside were pages and pages of handwriting. Mine only. It wasn't. The writing looked like mine, but the way it spoke the words, the tone, it felt hollow, robotic, like something had studied me and was trying to mimic how I think. One entry stood out. Dated 2 days ago. He doesn't know I've replaced him, but he's starting to notice. I'll deal with him soon. I dropped the book. Something else is living here. It's pretending to be me, or worse. He's watching. Let him. The lights flickered. He pointed to the wall, and as I turned, it peeled open like skin and revealed a narrow crawl space, smiling, and your eyes were completely white.